Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya nak jodoh Coach Zuri Yui, ingin bantu anda dapat perkahwinan yang berkat bahagia. Alright, so topik kita malam ini adalah self-love to find love. Apa kena-mengena self-love to find love? Kan, nak cari cinta, kenapa kena cinta diri kita dahulu? Okay, so why this is important? Why this is so important? Because if we don't love ourselves, we would not respect ourselves. If we don't respect ourselves, we would let just about anyone into our life and our heart, and uh, i- orang-orang tu boleh musnahkan kita. Kalau kita, in fact, a lot of past relationships that have ruined or screwed us up in the past is because we did not know how to love ourselves more or better. Pasal apa? Pasal apa? If we did respect ourselves, we would not let ourselves be treated that way. If we did respect ourselves, we would not have let anyone disrespect us macam tu. Kan? Asyik mengecundangkan, screw us up lah. They've screwed us up because we let them. Why we let them is because we don't know ourselves better. And we don't know why we deserve better. We don't know why we should deserve better. Kan? We do deserve better, but we don't realize that we do deserve better. We think that because kita dah tengah angau kan, tengah angau ni macam, oh inilah cinta sejatiku, kan, sehidup semati. Dia akan merenangi rautan api, akan direnangi lah, kan. Bestnya cakap talk is cheap, okay? Talk is cheap. I'm telling you this because from my own personal experience juga, and from experience from my clients yang dulu sebelum jumpa I, dia orang pun kecundang juga. This is normal, and at the same time, while it's normal, it happened to a lot of people, doesn't mean that we should continue to let it happen. Okay, so and benda-benda banyak yang menyakitkan hati kita ni, kan, all these frustrations that we let happen to us adalah benda-benda sebab kita buat benda yang Allah tak suka. Kita buat perkara yang perhaps it's a lesson for us to be better to ourselves, kan. Kita menzalimi diri kita sendiri, and that's the tough part. We don't realize kita sedang menzalimi diri kita sendiri. So why this topic of self-love is important is because to protect ourselves in the future, from now on until future, from getting screwed up again. Alright, and untuk, most importantly, kita hanya buat benda yang Allah suka. Kita buat, okay, boleh. So why is it's important to love ourselves is because to do what Allah loves. Yeah, and that is what's really important here, because Allah tak nak kita menzalimi diri kita sendiri, kan. Kita nak cakap orang tu menzalimi aku, tapi bila kita menzalimi diri kita sendiri, kita tak sedar. So apa yang kita nak buat adalah untuk tahu apakah, to realize what mistakes we have done onto ourselves. Sometimes this is our own red flags. Kita yang membenarkan dan melakukan perkara-perkara yang Allah tak suka. So this is about you and starting your relationship and strengthening your relationship with the Creator. All right. And after this, I am going to share a workbook, an e-workbook, so that it's easy for you to begin this journey. Okay, self-love is not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight thing. It's a process. You single, you need to learn self-love, and dah kahwin pun, you still need to continue to keep loving yourself. And this workbook, inshallah, will start you on your journey. I'm going to show it for a while here. See, there, Surat Cinta Diri. This is your workbook. I'm going to show later. And so that you don't tunggu orang lain membahagiakan you. In fact, that's a recipe for disaster when you wait for someone else to love you. so that you can lose. You be happy, you rasa you akan bahagia lepas you kahwin. But that is making you so open to abuse and mistreatment. You let anyone treat you any which way, which is dangerous. Okay, this is really really dangerous. Okay, so that happiness comes with primarily your relationship with Allah. That is primarily it. And at the same time, and Allah, because Allah loves you, Allah wants you to take care of yourself. This is about self-love and self-care. All right. So, um, okay, boleh. If you don't mind me sharing, giving you this free e-workbook, so that you begin to love yourself. You begin to love yourself even more. It's a process. It's bukan you buat workbook ni terus uh, you apa nama? You you terus macam, oh, I'm so in love with myself, but it will, inshallah, will give you a revelation that why this is important. In fact, I've given this workbook, this exercise before, but quite a few have done it well, and quite a few miss the point. What I mean, they miss the point is they use it as macam, or just to address their trauma, but not realizing that it is a transformational tool for them to change. It's not. It's just mencurahkan hati and just to relieve old trauma. No, this is not what it's about. And it is about for you to address the old pain and the trauma, to learn from it, so that our old mistakes, our old hurt and pain, we use it to drive us forward, to grow towards Allah and to find love. Okay, so self-love is to find love. So in fact, I think if I may reiterate the eight love yang penting kan. In order, eight love in order is, pertama sekali, you always to have remember that the eight love yang paling penting in order is, one is cinta Allah, second cinta Rasulullah, third your mother, fourth your mother, fifth your mother, sixth your father, seventh yourself, eighth or spouse, kan. And most of us is stuck on macam cari cinta ni kena on the eighth person, kan, orang yang ke-8, the eighth party. It's like, oh, human love another person to make you happy. No, that's not where you start to find love. You start to find love with Allah first, then Rasulullah, and then serving your parents, then yourself, and then baru a husband or a wife, then a spouse. Okay, so that's the eighth love in that order. All right, before you find cinta yang the true love in your life is with Allah, and it is cinta dengan Allah ni, it's Allah will never abandon us. Kita buat silap banyak mana pun, Allah will still love us, akan masih lagi lorongkan kita to true happiness. To true happiness. You know, jantan ke perempuan ke, they will come and go, but Allah will never desert you. Okay? Alright, so, and, okay, boleh. So before we begin, Bismillah, this journey is for you to have an idea of where to begin for your final destination. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. All right. In the beginning, in the beginning, we realize and address our old issue. But let me give you a disclaimer. If this is too much for you, it brings up too much traumatic memories, and perhaps you shouldn't continue if it's too hard. But what's on the other side of this exercise is you have addressed um, your old pains and use it for your to propel you forward, to accelerate you forward, inshallah. Okay, and this is an exercise yang I nak bagi ni, kan. This thing is laying a foundation of understanding about self-love. This is part of the workbook that I'll be giving for you to take time and reflect, to consider what self-love means and identify the areas that you are strong in, and other areas that requires growth. Yeah, and most importantly, it also serves as the why you are uh, you need self-love, why it's important. All right. Okay, so self-love is the fuel, because self-love is the fuel uh, that that allows an individual to reach their full potential, inshallah, can. And it is filled with compassion, grace, gentleness, and making space for you to prioritize yourself, your own happiness, and embrace your life completely and wholeheartedly. Okay, and self-love is learning to extend kindness towards ourselves. Even when we struggle, even when we suffer, it is extended forgiveness to ourselves. And when we make mistakes, we're human, we make mistakes. So, self love means prioritizing ourselves and giving ourselves permission and believe and believe in our strengths and our gifts. Yeah, and strength in what we have done in the past. Okay, so how do we start? We drill down to the idea that self love will fuel and motivate us. I'm not a motivator. I can motivate you. Only you can motivate you. Okay, and remember that true self love comes from within, even when we screw up or make mistakes. All right, and actually actually there are a lot of reasons for self-love, uh the lack of some so actually sorry let me start again. Actually, there are a lot of reasons behind a lack of self-love, and it is manifested in so many ways. um Sometimes it includes as hitting our bodies. We don't appreciate our the blessings that we have, our physical, uh, our own traits, the gift that Allah has given us. We don't appreciate it. We look at it as macam, why is my body like this? Why is my body like that? And it differs, particularly to gender. Can if if you ask if you ask a woman, like, oh, what do you like about yourself? A woman will say, oh, I wish I could change this, I could change that, I could tighten this, I could tuck that. Can if you ask a guy, he will say that, what do you like about yourself? Like, what's not to like? Yeah, gender differences. And it's like, I just learned recently there's a way to uh hair planting and eyebrow planting. It's like, me, I don't need eyebrow planting. Me, I don't need hair planting. I don't care about my hair anymore. I just stopped caring about my hair. It's like, I'm comfortable being bald. It's so low maintenance. I'm comfortable. That's me. All right. So I digress. So but it manifests in a lot of different ways, sometimes even destructive. We can be destructive with our own self if we don't love ourselves. And what happened? I had a conversation with this Australian lady when she was. This story actually puts me really in a dark place, because she when she was a teenager, she was raped by her brother, and and then her brother sold her to a human trafficking ring, and then only after 20 years she managed to escape the trafficking ring. And she believed she was not worthy of love. And I was talking to her, and basically I introduced myself. Hi, I'm a matchmaker. And I introduced myself lah. I'm a matchmaker. A lot of my clients feel they're not deserving or not worthy of love, because one is lacking in gratitude towards God. uh, Two is just that they have not appreciated their own strength that God has given them. And then she told me her story, and I thought to myself, man, being raped by her own brother, being sold into, spent 20 years in a sex trafficking ring, and now in her 50s, she is beginning to find self-love. And even though she's single, she's not really think she feels that she is not deserving of finding love uh, for most of her life. And only lately she feels um, that she has a chance at love, finding a spouse, is because she's begun her journey to find to begun her journey in loving herself, because she has been through such a traumatic experience. I mean, understandable again. I mean, she's gone through that for what, 20 over years, 20, 30 over years in a sex trafficking ring, being treated like, I just can't imagine. Um, so i in her journey, one thing she said that it's gratitude that has helped her find self love, and not denying her past and accepted it. Self acceptance is part of self love. So, I mean, even for someone who has gone through such crazy experience, she was able to love herself, and I find that very inspiring. Yeah, it's crazy what she gone through. Um, okay, but before she learned self love, she was very self destructive. She was drinking, doing everything else to destroy herself. Self destructive patterns. Practically, she said she admitted to doing every self destructing things to herself, because she was not able to accept herself. And when she learned to learn herself, that's when she started to switch and transform into a more fulfilled person. And it is she said it's a journey. It's not like a one time process. And I mean, even someone like that, to be able to come out from such trauma is really inspiring. So it is the point here is, without self love, we can be very self destructive. Like body dysmorphia, anorexia, and crazy type of dieting, and comparing ourselves, especially on social media. Can as In fact, you can Google this up. What the effects of social media uh, on people, that can create depression in people, especially in teenagers. And yeah, something you can look up. Social media is really, really not healthy, and we start to compare ourselves. And a lot of the ladies I'm coaching, uh, a few of the ladies I'm coaching, they said that their ex fiance, because dah lepas putus tunang, kan, uh, this is before they met me lah. So they said that their ex fiance cakap that bekas tunang dia cakap, okay, nanti lepas kahwin nanti anak you putih macam influencer. It's like kat social media, ke IG tu. And it is not just sometimes, it wasn't her who was destructive, but her ex fiance was destructive to her, because she did not draw a boundary, of self respect, of self love, and she tried to putihkan diri, and last putus tunang juga. And you know, if the self love is there, is stronger, if self respect is there, and she could have stood up for herself. It's like, hey, kau nak lagi putih macam influencer, kau pergilah kat Sajat kan, something like that along the line. Tak pasal-pasal kena kat Sajat, sorry Sajat. Alright, so um so self-love will lead you to happiness. Self-love will avoid you from being destructive. Self-love will lead you closer towards Allah. That is most important. Okay? Alright, boleh? So, why you should make self-love a priority? Why you should make self-love a priority? It's because it is essential to human life. It is nourishment to our life by practicing self-love, self-compassion. Can instead of being very needy or desperate, we only need ourselves and Allah's love. That is key. Yeah, and it's rooted in knowing and nurturing internal strength and grounded in personal values. Personal values. That's important. Personal values. And when you meet a person, if you want to find love, kan nak cari jodoh, it's not, it's mainly about value matching. It's not about looks or whatever, because looks will make him look, but values and your personality, your akhlak, your iman, your religion is the one that makes him stay. Kan? So you need to find someone like that also lah, yang ada akhlak dan agama. Okay, so it's about value matching. That's why to join halal speed dating, I tak minta gambar. I tak minta gambar. I ask you why you want to get married. Kan? Oh, kalau you cakap saja je sebab kawan-kawan semua dah kahwin, that is, I don't really introduce people like that. But when someone says I will get married because kerana Allah, kerana ini fitrah. Okay, alright, that's what I want to hear. Kan? And okay, I match people like that, bukan people yang saja kata nak kahwin. Kan? Okay, so alright, so okay, boleh nak kahwin kerana Allah, kahwin kerana Allah. Kalau nak kahwin kerana gatal, you will know forever go gatal-gatal and he will gatal elsewhere, you will gatal elsewhere. It's not a strong foundation. Kan? If you remember my segi tiga true love triangle is suami yang cinta Allah, isteri yang cinta Allah. That is a strong foundation of love. Alright? Okay, cool. Alright. So, why you should make it a priority is because you won't have to run around. You won't have to run around trying to be worthy and please everyone, and because it's exhausting. It's exhausting, and ultimately leaves you feeling depleted. It's like, oh, how come I'm not validated for this and that and that, can? And then also at the same time you feel self-critical of messages which falsely seeming to motivate and prove counterproductive, driving a sense of disconnection and resentment and loneliness. And because without self-love, opportunities for unhealthy tendencies such as destructive relationship patterns, like I mentioned, and codependency. Okay, codependency. Okay, let me clarify codependencies. It is when you get married, it is about interdependence. It's not about codependence. Just to clarify, because marriage is not about one latching on to the other because you have nothing else to do, no other, you're desperate. Yeah, but interdependence, both husband and wife have strength, and together you're a dynamic duo. Okay, so it's an interdependent relationship where when put to combine, you become stronger, both of you. Okay, not one sucking from the other and the other one is throwing biawak hidup, that kind of stuff. All right, so self-love will help you avoid people pleasing, addiction, self-sabotage. And if we don't prioritize self-love, we will hustle to be good enough. Can, I mean, this is one of the most common thing that in our Telegram polls, a lot of people say that rasa diri tak mencukupi. You feel like you have nothing to offer your spouse. And this thing about good enough, and because you're measuring outcome on the numbers of scale, like a exam test, macam, oh, how hot is she? She is only 5/10. Kan? You think because to Allah you're perfect, tapi you measure yourself 5/10. Kan? Sebab Allah dah cipta you yang sempurna. And why you let other people make you feel that you are not worthy? Allah knows you're worthy. Allah created you cukup dan sempurna, but you you let yourself, and we let ourselves to rasa tak cukup dan tak sempurna. Walhal Allah dah cipta kita dengan with His power, kan, menjadi sempurna dan cukup. Allah bagi kita cukup. Okay, alright. So this self-love will help you find your fullest potential. You will find yourself with self-love. You'll find yourself, who you are, what you're meant to do, where's your place in life. And it revolves around taqwa. But that's a spoiler right there. Yeah, taqwa. Taqwa is what it's about. Again, self-love will bring you back to taqwa. And taqwa will keep you in your self-love. Okay. So quickly, but what self-love is not, it is not rooted in shame. It's not rooted in criticism or fear. It does not shame. Okay. This exercise is this e-workbook is not meant for you to korek or ungkit balik shameful things about yourself, uh, or minimize or criticize. No. Often people think that they can love themselves through fault finding, which is weird. Love yourself through fault finding. No, and beating themselves out. No, it doesn't work that way, because as if fault finding and beating yourself up can help you become a better person. Can Do you feel that way? Hope not. Can So if you can relate, I can promise you that in the effort of making yourself better through self-shaming and self-criticism, you will become worse and broken down. Okay, when you just dwell on criticisms, on shooting yourself down, it's just screwed up. Okay, but why do we struggle to love ourselves? Why? Um, it could be our upbringing. It could be the way we were treated in past relationship. It has become an internalized beliefs of unworthiness. Yeah, there is a shame, self-love struggle to grow, and I've noticed that some people uh, are struggling to love themselves have strong critical internal voice. Your self-talk is so critical, unproductive, unconstructive, in fact destructive internal voice saying that, oh, kau ingat kau bagus sangat ke nak kahwin, siapa nak kat kau, this kind of blah 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 blah. Kan? And you don't even talk to anyone else like that. Sometimes you're your own worst enemy. In fact, we are our own worst enemy. Can we keep shooting ourselves down? And the way we talk to ourselves, our own self-talk, over time becomes internalized. It becomes how we program our brain, and that narrative creates an automatic programming. Macam, this is the only way I know of things because this is how I'm programmed. I have programmed myself that way, that kind of, without realizing that we have programmed ourselves that way. Can So where where does it show up in our lives? Where does it show up in our lives? For example, you keep giving and giving and giving, and the other person keeps taking and taking and taking. So, and then slowly you feel like your love tank is decreasing sampai jadi deficit. Your love bank tu kan, daripada you had some self love, tapi you keep giving and giving, and then dia jadi deficit, kurang, and uh, you keep nurturing others, but no one is, nurturing back to you, can. And over time, you could lose your sense of self, and over time, you feel exhausted, bitter, unfulfilled, and frustrated. Frustrated is the key word that I've noticed among singles, and it's not just you. I know, because I was frustrated single too, because I let myself get screwed as well. Um, okay, this is from my own personal experience also. So, what are quickly before we go into the e-workbook, yeah, and the benefits of loving yourself. Okay, one, you'll become kinder. Who wants to be kinder? Yes, without getting taken advantage of course, can. Which is where you're going to learn to start drawing boundaries. Okay, don't take kindness for weakness. All right, and you will be kinder, inshallah. Imagine you talking to yourself in a loving and supportive way. Okay, this exercise will help you talk to yourself in a more loving and supportive way. You don't wait for someone, you tak tunggu orang untuk tell you, it's like, oh, I love you, oh, I'm supportive of you. Tak, you support yourself. Okay, and you make yourself happy. That's key, right? Kind of like a best friend that is very supportive, but automatically it's really inside you. Okay, and more energy for living fully, freeing up your mental space from getting from negative self-talk, and more love to share. You have more love to share if you love yourself first. More love to share. And, you know, I think one of the things that you feel it's not enough, um, you feel you don't have anything to offer to a spouse is because you feel you don't have enough love to share. You don't have anything to offer to a spouse is because you did not start to love yourself first. Okay? Trust me, I've been there. I've been there. It's cliche, but it's true. It's cliche, but it's true. You have more love to give when you love yourself. Betul. Betul. Kan? And uh, another reason, or the benefits of loving yourself, is a healthier relationship with loved ones. You know, like I mentioned, cinta Allah, cinta Rasulullah, SAW, and then your mother, your mother, your mother, and your father. Yeah, you have a healthy relationships with your loved ones. With your loved ones. Can serve serve your parents. And when you love yourself, you can serve your parents better. Okay? It's fuel for you to serve parents better. Uh, boleh. Okay, boleh. Nak have parents yang bahagia. Nak kan? Okay, so you will be no longer dependent on another benefit is you'll be no longer dependent on external source of validation of someone else to tell you that you're worthy, you are mencukupi, yeah, because it's a reminder that Allah dah mencukupkan you, tapi hanya you yang rasa you tak mencukupi. Alright, okay, boleh. So I'm going to switch to this exercise and show you how it goes. Alright, surat cinta diri. Surat Cinta Diri. Surat Cinta Diri. All right. I'm going to switch off all the other social media and just focus on Panama, the private groups on Telegram, and because I find that people are more engaging and have that privacy to comment. All right, boleh. All right, privacy is very important to me and to you because these things are deep inner thought stuff. And okay, boleh. Okay, sure. Give me 2 seconds. In the meantime, reflect. In the meantime, reflect. Tarik nafas. Okay, tarik nafas. Okay, alright, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so first question. Apakah yang membawa I ke perjalanan untuk cinta diri? What has brought me to this journey of self-love? Okay, this is also an instruction on how to isi this this e-workbook, right? So you can start on your journey, right? Apa yang bawa I ke perjalanan untuk cinta diri? What has brought me to this journey of self-love? Because in the past I have contoh, in the past I have let myself be disrespected. Because in the past I was really hoping someone else would love me, and I was thinking that happiness is from external sources or outside, someone else, from someone else, and dependent on someone else's love to make me happy. All right, contoh, you write your own thoughts and opinion and thinking about this, right? So mengapa, next question adalah mengapa pilihan ini penting bagi I, kan, bagi I. So kita cakap sempoi-sempoi, I tak nak cakap macam mengapa pilihan ini penting bagi anda. Tak. Skema gila. Ini bukan borang kerajaan. Tak. Okay. This is you and your heart. Okay. You and your internal reflection. Bukan borang kerajaan untuk you isi. Tak. Alright. So I pun cakap sempoi-sempoi with you. This is how I think, how I talk. And I don't speak my logat Kedah because tak mau takut pekat sangat orang tak faham. Okay. Alright. So, mengapa pilihan ini penting bagi I? Okay. And this is usually, this is me. I write as I speak. Okay. Alright. So, what you see is what you get. Okay. Alright. So, why is this choice important to me? Sebab I tak nak lagi terkecundang. Kan? Contoh, soal jawapan you. Because I'm determined to find love the halal way. Okay. And next question is, if these are the things that really resonates with you, your own personal experience, to address your past, because it will help you address your past, address the past mistakes, supaya tak silap lagi. Okay. I mean, what's that phrase? To repeat the same process and expecting a different outcome is insanity. Okay. So kita buat ni because we want to understand the process that went wrong in our past, so that we stop screwing up. InsyaAllah. Okay. So, next question, apa yang you harap, kan, dapat ditemui di sepanjang jalanan untuk cinta diri? What is it that you expect to encounter along the way? What do you hope to encounter? You hope to encounter, more halal knowledge. You hope to encounter more, a more sweet way to find a spouse, and you hope to avoid drama. You hope untuk tak terkecundang lagi. Okay, alright. And senaraikan perkara. Next question is, senaraikan perkara yang I bersyukur dapat mencintai diri sendiri. Kalau you dapat cintai diri sendiri, kan, you feel you can love yourself more, list things. You click here at the item. What are the things you'd be more grateful for? Okay, you be more contoh macam the benefits of loving yourself is, you'll be more, alhamdulillah, I'll be more kinder and gentler person. Alhamdulillah, without being taken advantage of. And I'll have more energy for living fully, freeing up my mental space from all this noise in my head, and have a clearer peace of mind. And put it in there. Okay. You have more love to share to your parents, and serve your parents better, love your parents more, okay, and healthier relationships with your loved ones, and no longer dependent on external people, external sources of love. That's very important. Yeah. Okay, so you put it in there. Okay, so this is then the love letter starts. This is a love letter to yourself. Surat cinta pada diri sendiri. Okay, you put in your own name. Okay, don't put my name. Nama diri, nama timbangan. Your own name, not my name. Your name. This letter is for you to for the future you to tell your current you. Katakan sekarang you sedang bersedih, tengah frust with your current situation kan. This is a letter from your future self. Like time travel, like that. Okay, imagine a future yourself, your future self is writing to your current self yang sedang frust ni sekarang. Okay, so your future happy self, your future self yang self-love, ada self-love, is writing a letter to your current frustrated self. Okay, all right. So, yeah, very clear on that. Okay, dear Siti, just nama samaran kan, dia Siti. Oh, dia dia Sarip Dol. Kan, contoh kan, to yourself Okay, so I hope you know that when you're down and ini you type it here, tulis keadaan situation sekarang. Okay, I hope you tahu bila you tengah down, frust, rasa patah hati, rasa nak give up cari jodoh. I'm always rooting for you. I'm always supportive of you. I sentiasa di sisi you. Okay, you type down your situation here. Address your situation. What are you feeling? You tengah frust. You tengah marah. You tengah bengang. Yang your ex fiancé dah kahwin orang lain. And write it down. These are examples yang I bagi ni. These are kisah benar. Right? Sometimes mine, sometimes my clients. Okay. So, okay, next question is, next part of the love letter to yourself is, kadang-kadang, pardon my Malay translation please, because I think in lorat Kedah. Nanti I tulis lorat Kedah nanti tak keluar. So you can read the English one, which is more accurate insyaAllah. People sometimes go through tough times, and this time it was especially hard because, and then you describe here, why is this especially hard, Ken, for you at this time? Why now is especially hard for you? For example, it's especially hard right now is because dah lah my ex-fiancé dah kahwin orang lain, and then my parents pula tengah bising-bising, kau kahwin je lah mana-mana, pergi murat mana-mana. Kan, my parents pula bising. Dia orang tak faham, I tak nak mengurat because it's not Islamic. Kan. So, it's especially hard because of that. I know, because my clients tell me this. Parents suruh, kau kahwin lah, mengurat mana-mana. Nanti kau andar tu macam mana, bla bla bla. Kan, pedih. I know. And it's not just for women, men pun rasa this pressure. Okay, because so many reasons. Sebab makin lama, for example men makin lama makin single, makin lama makin tua masih single, people will start to wonder, kau ni gay ke apa? Kan? Kau ni asal tak kahwin lagi. Kau ni, why you cannot man up? Why you cannot move up? Kau tak, you cannot hold a long-term relationship ke? Or, what's wrong with you? Kan? Tak boleh, you can't have a relationship or something. So, men also feel these things. Alright. Okay. So, next part of the letter is, ianya tidak mengapa. Okay. It's okay. Tell yourself. Okay? Your future self is telling you now. Your future self is telling you now. It's okay and it's normal to feel. Feel what? To feel angry, to feel upset, to feel jaded, to feel like crap. Yeah? It's okay. Tell yourself it's okay to not feel okay. Yeah? Tell yourself it's okay to not be okay. All right? It's normal to feel that way. It's understandable to feel that way. Okay? And then, next part of the letter, I want you to understand that it's okay because, I nak you faham yang ia tidak mengapa kerana ada hikmatnya, ada hikmahnya. and why it's going to be okay. Why it's going to be okay? Contoh, Allah lagi lebih mengetahui. Allah nak yang lagi terbaik untuk you, kan. Allah nak you buat cara yang betul, kan. Cara yang Allah suka. Allah nak Allah dah elakkan lelaki yang tak baik untuk you. Allah dah elakkan wanita yang tak baik untuk you. It's not good for you. That's detrimental for you. That's why this happened. Yeah. Okay. So this is your future self comforting you. Okay. And supporting you. Okay. Being at your side. And sometimes you are just too hard on yourself. Betul? I know. We are sometimes too harsh on ourselves. Kadang orang tak fikir kita macam tu pun, kita fikir macam tu. Our own internal destructive self-talk ni, sometimes we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. Philosopher said that 2,000 years ago, his name was Seneca. We suffer more in our imagination than in reality. This is a human condition. We suffer more in our imagination than in reality. It's a human condition that has been around for so long. So, alhamdulillah, now with technology, I can give you this e-workbook that you can comfort yourself and tell yourself that it's you're being too hard on yourself. You're being too hard on yourself. Kadang orang tak fikir macam tu pun, you yang fikir sendiri. Okay? And then you write down here, terangkan bagaimana you'll get through this. Describe how you'll get through it. Okay, describe how you get through it. This is your future self. Yeah. This is your future self telling you, because you'll get through this. How you'll get through this? It's like, how? Taqwa. The eight loves. Allah, Rasulullah SAW, your mother, your father, yourself. Okay, I'm gonna start at 7. I'm gonna start at 7. 7 is yourself. Yeah, and okay, focus sini. How do you focus your energy? How you get through this is because you have strengthened your taqwa. You have gotten through this because you have increased an understanding of Rasulullah SAW. You have served your parents better, and then you learn to accept your mistakes, and Allah has let this happen to you because Allah loves you. Okay, contoh. Okay, this is how you got through things. Okay, and also jangan lupa puji diri sendiri. Okay, bukan, this is not narcissism. This is not masuk bakul angkat sendiri. Just think of it in a way that you are grateful that Allah has given you these amazing qualities. Yeah, be grateful that Allah has given you these amazing qualities, because, and then you list them down. What amazing qualities? That you're kind, that you're a good listener, that you are willing to grow towards Allah, and that's a big one. That you're willing to grow towards Allah, and what other amazing qualities that you have? You are intelligent. You have your education. You're strong. You're a survivor, you're still around. Ken, you're a survivor. You still have the strength and persistence to make it, to please Allah. Ken, you're a survivor, like that song, I'm a survivor. All right, so contoh. Okay, all right, and then list down your qualities. Just list it down. You can add as many items as you want. List down as many as you can. I want you to list down at least 10, right? At least 10. I know you have 100, okay? 100 lagi bagus, okay? And anything yang orang pernah puji you pasal you write it down, okay? Oh, you pandai, you're a good driver, you can fix stuff, you are good at cooking, especially this pandemic, you improve your cooking skills, and you are continuously looking to improve yourself, trying to find marriage, love the halal way. Okay, so list it down. These are awesome qualities. Okay, right. All right. So next part of the letter, I akan sentiasa mencintaimu. I will always love you. and I know you will get through this stronger than ever, because what? One, contoh, you can add this item, stronger because uh, Allah wants better for you. Contoh, okay? I will always with you get stronger than ever because I learned from my past mistakes. And now I know there is a way to find love the Islamic way. Okay, contoh, right? And you list down, list down everything you feel that this will make you stronger, right? I know at first you're afraid, you're petrified, but this make you stronger. This experience will make you stronger. This is a letter for your future self, having hindsight 2020, that you have come out stronger from this. Okay, right. So, and then kat bawah ni tulis your own future self punya signature, macam contoh 2 years from now, contoh 2 years from now, City 2022, yeah, or 2 years, 2021, sorry, City 2023, yeah, 2 years from now. Oh, I been listening to that tukang cari jodoh berceloteh suruh takwa tambah takwa tu, and I've begun to love myself, and that in that future tu, and she has attended halal speed dating, or she's found love the halal way, and that future you, okay, that is happy and love herself. The City 2023, because this is City 2023 sending you a letter from the future. All right. So, okay, boleh buat. Okay. So remember to save this into account. You have the option of not sharing with me, letting me see the information that you've written. But I would like to see it, because the more I know you, the more I know how to match you in the future. Because when you save this, I'm already automatically putting you on a wait list for halal speed dating event. So this will become my information to understand you better, in order to match you with another person. Okay. If you want me to match you, uh, help matchmake you, if you want me to help matchmake you at halal speed dating, please let me know the information here. Share the data, share the data with me so that I understand your history. That of course I won't reveal it to your spouse. You share it yourself, okay? But this will help me understand you better, okay? Where you come from, your past troubles, and I can coach you better when I understand you. So, um, remember to save, at least save. You want to share it with me? Great. I understand you, so I can match you. I'm not going to share this with your calon, kan? But once I read your past and I read the other person, he has a near similar past. We could be some sort of value matching. All right. Okay. Boleh. So I will share this link on how you will see this, and in Telegram group, Nak Jodoh BFF group, and Nak Kahwin group. Okay. And these groups will get it first. Public will get it later. Okay, because I know you are serious. That's why you are in this group. Excuse me. All right. So I hope you have benefited. I hope you have benefited, and begin this journey, this process to love yourself, right? Because it's for your happiness. Because it will strengthen you to grow towards Allah, and that is what I want most for you, to grow towards Allah. And being married will help you accelerate and boost your berkat, and to grow towards Allah. Because I believe ummah our ummah punya pillar, the strength of our ummah, the pillar is from a nucleus family, a small family, a good woman marrying a good man, having anak-anak yang soleh dan solehah. That is the foundation of a strong ummah. And and this is me doing my part to strengthen our ummah, and doing my part to give to our ummah, Rasulullah SAW, kan. And in the future nanti, akhirat nanti kang I'll be questioned, oh, what did you do for the ummah? It's like, hey, I help good woman find good man to have anak-anak solehah. So this is my bekalan akhirat by helping you find a good spouse, mendapatkan anak, supaya mendapatkan anak yang solehah, yang mendoakan jannah you, kan, melalui you berkahwin, jumpa jodoh cara halal. This is my bekalan akhirat by helping you. Okay, so boleh I tolong you buat cara halal. Alright. Okay, so thank you very much for joining. I hope you have benefited. I will share this link in within an hour. Okay, within an hour. I need to tidy up some grammar. Okay. Okay, boleh. Okay. Sebelum saya undur diri, sebelum saya undur diri, biasalah kita doa. Doa boleh? Doa with me, everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, aku minta pasangan yang baik menjadi menantu yang baik menjadi menantu yang baik kepada ibu bapaku, yang disayangimu untuk mendapat keredaanmu, berganding bahu bersama ke jannahmu, ya Allah. Amin. Amin. Tak amin, say amin. Okay, alright. So, expect this link. Please do this. Please love yourself. Remember, our motto is Cinta Diri, Cinta Mari. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.